What's up, football fans? Pastell, Glessner, Kenny, and Reilly here from XFL Chalk Talk. Wanted to hop on real quick and give you an update on things moving forward with the show. Obviously, with the XFL folding up shop, we had to kind of take a step back here and think through what we want to do moving forward with XFL Chalk Talk. And we have some really cool and exciting things that I think we're going to be doing on this channel. And first and foremost, guys, I think before we get into what we're going to be doing is I want to thank Blue Wire Pods for allowing us to stay on the network and really giving us the flexibility to kind of do what we want in terms of creative content. So thank you so much, Blue Wire Pods. Check them out at bluewirepods.com. But as far as this show goes, we have a couple exciting announcements to make. So I'm going to kick it to you guys because this first project really involves you three. So Kenny, why don't you tell the fans what is in store?
Yeah, so Pastell, Gless, and I are going to be running a show called Prospects 101, and what that's going to contain is essentially exactly how it sounds. We're going to be covering the best football prospects in college football that'll be heading to the pros within the next year or two, in a couple years. And we're also going to be covering a little bit of high school recruiting, how that stacks up, and everything in between. So it's really going to be an in-depth breakdown on a very individual level of players that are going to be, you're going to be watching your living room in the NFL within the next couple of years. So right now we're going to house everything just as we have been on XFL Chalk Talk on all our social media accounts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're going to slowly transition all those accounts over within the next week or two. So keep an eye out for that. And we've got some great content coming for you guys. Gless, why don't you fill them in on a little bit on some more?
Yeah, I think one of the really cool things about it is, what made this show particularly successful with the XFL was we were really able to go beyond the box score and really tear down both game film and what we saw really kind of more in depth than the normal fan or maybe the normal show. And this is no different. Very similar concept, except we're going to do it basically from the prospects perspective. So, being able to take a look at, hey, the top 25 teams in college football right now, who are the best, pro prospects, why are they the best pro prospect? What makes them such a good prospect to go into the NFL and be successful? Obviously, talking about the quarterback's a big deal, but, we'll really look at all positions. And like Kenny said, we'll do everything, from college. And we'll start to look at some high school stuff too, as far as recruiting classes, 5-star recruits, all that kind of stuff. So we're pretty excited. We've got a lot of really good content planned out already coming your way. And we're just finishing up the branding. And once we get the branding, we'll get everything transition over. And you guys can see, our new project, Prospects 101.
The best part about it, too, is you can expect passion from the three of us, because this is something that we've been passionate about since we were probably 8 or 9 years old. You would find us in the local Barnes and Nobles studying past drafts. So this is something that we're not just making up out of the whim. We've have plenty of experience in it. We're gonna have a fun time with it. Definitely come to us if you want to know about these prospects and kind of like the stock market, how they rise and how they fall on a week-to-week basis during the college football season. So it's gonna be a great time. Please follow us on all of our Prospect 101 on social media accounts, which you'll see that will have transitioned from Chalk Talk to this. It's going to be a great time, though. Looking forward.
Yeah, so the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram are all going to move over to Prospects 101. The YouTube channel we're going to keep as an umbrella for Chalk Talk because we're going to be doing a bunch of different cool things, different segments, and we're also going to be housing my new show. So it's kind of funny how this came together. On bluewirepods.com, I was kind of scrolling through the other day, and if you guys follow the show, I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan. And I'm going through bluewirepods.com, and I noticed that their Miami Dolphins podcast has been vacant for a couple of months now. And I thought, maybe I should put my name in the hat for this one. And it just kind of, had some conversation with Tyler and Kevin and the guys at Blue Wire, and I'm going to be taking over Fin It to Win It, the official podcast for Blue Wire Pods, covering the Miami Dolphins. And it's cool because I'm going to be doing it with my former co-host from ESPN Blacksburg, Mason Engelhardt. And what's funny about that is that's kind of, guys, how Chalk Talk started. Like Kenny, you came on the show a couple of times. You wrote for the blog. Glessner, you wrote for the blog. So it's kind of like where we kind of got our start, between us with ideas to do the show from our days back at ESPN Blacksburg. doing shows covering Virginia Tech, ACC football. And then we had another general sports talk show. Kenny was our official NASCAR reporter. So good times. But it's funny how things work out. So Mason's also a huge Miami Dolphins fan. So if you follow XFL Chalk Talk and you happen to follow the Miami Dolphins, please make sure you subscribe to our podcast. You can find it on any podcast platform and, of course, BlueWirePods.com. And I'm going to be starting new social media channels at FinItToWinIt on Twitter and Facebook. So I would very much appreciate it if you could help me get this thing off the ground and give me a follow and follow our journey as we go through. It's a great time to cover the Miami Dolphins, that's for sure, after getting Tua, baby. Oh my gosh, I was with Gless for the draft and
he was going nuts. Right? I've never seen Reilly so happy. It might be like the birth of his
maybe
two
my
daughters,
wedding day,
and then wedding day, and then the day Tua got drafted. It might be. Yeah. It might be in that order.
They're definitely right there with each other. It's in my top 5 for sure. I am so psyched. So yeah, it's a great time to be following the Miami Dolphins. So follow us at FinItToWinIt and then at Prospects 101, and make sure you keep with the channel here, the Chalk Talk channel, because we're going to be doing those 2 shows. We'll probably be throwing in some other great content for you guys as well.
Yep.
Thank you for following us and following the show, and greater things are to come here at Chalk Talk.
What's up, football fans? This is Coach Gless. Want to know how to listen to all of our segments on the go? You can subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform today. Don't forget to rate us and give us that 5-star review.